In this video, I'm going to talk to you about one very key underrated mistake that many people make that is costing them the speed of their job hunt. The offer is costing them getting to that point where they want to get to. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Natalie. If you're new to me, nice to meet you. I am here on my YouTube channel, and I also have a podcast called the Get a Six Figure Job You Love and Thrive podcast. And I have a great insight for you today. So, the big mistake I see people making is they think they shouldn't have to do anything uncomfortable or any like stretch themselves emotionally to land a job, a high paying job offer when there's a lot of competition out there, which there always has been. So the mistake is people think they don't need to do anything above and beyond. So they'll often spend their time sending in more applications, doing the same low level activity, right? And sometimes when you get results from that, that's great. But most of the time it's going to take more. And from my experience, any like worthy goal, anything that's really been something that you have wanted and it's not something that most people succeed at, like it's something that you really have to push yourself to get to, it's going to take more from you than other things have taken from you, right? And that means getting a bit uncomfortable and doing some things that you maybe haven't done before, right? And this is what sets you apart, right? It sets you apart from all the people who are applying and doing the same low level activity, and it brings you up and sets you apart from those people. And the people that are willing to do those things, that are willing to put in more of that stretched thinking and make themselves uncomfortable will see different results on a regular basis. And when you push your brain out of its comfort zone, you evolve. Like you start to do something that's uncomfortable, and at first it's very uncomfortable, and then it starts to feel a little bit more easy. So I'll give you a few examples. I have a friend in business, and she has been really doing pitches to people. Like she's been doing very like authentic, congruent pitches. And at first, when she started doing the pitches, it was really hard for her. Like it was really nerve wracking. She was really afraid to send the pitch. Like it was hard to send it. And she had to get it edited a bunch of times. And she was just like in perfectionist mode. And that was really uncomfortable thing for her to do. But now that she's been doing that over and over and over again, she's become a lot more comfortable with doing it. She's become a lot more skilled at doing it. And she's become a lot more comfortable with people saying no to her. And by result, a lot more people are saying yes to her. Her pitches are getting better, and she's improving the momentum and the speed at which she moves and how she is moving through her goal, right? And so this happens with my clients all the time. One of my most recent clients, she went and used one of my resources in the program, and she in my paid program community, and she messaged a director that she really admired, and she loved the program that the director had led and put together. And so she sent her a really authentic, congruent message, and she got a result back. And the result was that she was called in to apply for something and have an interview. And this came from her taking an uncomfortable action, right? Her seeking out like something that nobody else was doing, and very specifically giving like somebody a compliment through the program, how I showed her how it could be done, and she put her own brain to work on it, and she got a result. And so when I asked her how she went through this and how she did it, because she created this result of an interview for something that she really admires, is like a line for her, she said that she had to do the uncomfortable thing because she didn't want to do it, right? So this is just one example. It's like, what is uncomfortable for you? Because when we don't do the uncomfortable thing, we miss out. We miss out on a maybe that we could have opened up. We miss out on an opportunity that we could have opened up for ourselves. And those opportunities are available to you every day and every moment, right? And the example that I thought of was too, like making my first videos were incredibly uncomfortable for me to do. They were perfectionist, they were clunky, I had to redo them a bunch of times. It was so uncomfortable to then post a video, and it was really hard to do. And the discomfort was palpable, right? And now I can literally sit down and batch unlimited videos, and I feel high energy, I feel good about it, and it had to start with doing the uncomfortable thing. And because I have upped my capacity to make videos, to share value, I have had the chance to work with a lot more clients than I would have if I had not gone through that discomfort of uploading videos. And I have gotten better at my craft. I've gotten better at coaching because I've had these clients to coach and I've had a business to nurture and I've had the opportunity to go through it. But I wouldn't have ever had that if I hadn't have taken the first uncomfortable steps of having to post a video that I didn't feel good about, that I didn't think was was very good, but I had to start somewhere. So in the case of my client, in the case of my friend, in the case of the example that I shared with me, you're going to have an example of something uncomfortable for you that you don't want to do. And maybe you know that if you did it, it would open up a maybe opportunity for you, right? It might give you a chance to something. It would give you a learning. It would give you something that you don't have right now just from taking the uncomfortable step. And that is what sets people apart, sets people who succeed and people who don't. The people who don't succeed are not willing to go out of their comfort zone. They're not willing to do something uncomfortable. So, with that said, I hope that you got some value from that because that is huge. Like doing an uncomfortable thing every single day towards your goal will get you so much farther than if you were just doing the comfortable thing that keeps you thinking you're making progress, but really you're not getting any results. So the clear, super thing, the obvious thing is I just submitted some more resumes. I just submitted some more applications, but you didn't have to talk to anybody. You didn't have to actually reach out to someone vulnerably. You didn't have to actually put any thought into a very authentic, congruent message that you were writing. You didn't have to do anything that stretched your brain or made you uncomfortable, got you out of your zone. You just stayed in your comfort zone doing the work, and then we're expecting that to work. And when that isn't getting you the results, then you are getting frustrated. So you have to be willing to go out of your comfort zone, right? And that's done in a bunch of different ways. And one thing that coaching did for me was show me how to do that. Because I was like, okay, if I'm willing to get out of my comfort zone and I know that that's what's going to make me successful and I know that I want to get out of my comfort zone, then I was like, okay, what else can I do to get out of my comfort zone, right? And so that's what coaches and mentors have done for me. They have pushed me, they have shown me a new way, a new path, and then it was up to me to take it and run with it and make it successful for me, right? But when we don't do that, and that's what most people are doing. I've noticed the posts and the things that people write about how they're not getting the results. And I'm just like, well, of course you're not getting the results. You're doing very low level activity and expecting a high level result, right? That's not where successful people play. They don't play in the pond where everybody is doing the same thing, right? They are willing to go into the deep end. They're willing to actually start doing some stuff that makes them uncomfortable. And so that's really, really important. And if you are not uncomfortable, if you're not pushing yourself and stretching yourself to do uncomfortable things, then that could be a very real reason why you're not where you want to be yet. So I want to give you a few steps as to how to create this for yourself or how to see if this is what you're doing or not. So one question to ask yourself is, have I felt uncomfortable throughout this process? Because not because not because you're in survival mode or you're panicked or you're afraid of what's going to happen, not because you're catastrophizing, but because I took a courageous action, right? And so a courageous action would be like my client messaging a director or something and telling her something really vulnerable. Or have I done a courageous action like in the last 3 days, right? And be really honest with yourself, right? So like applying for another job, like maybe for you that was a courageous action, but likely you're going to have to step it up a bit. So asking yourself that question. And if you haven't, if you're not doing courageous actions like on an almost daily basis, then we can see pretty clearly that that's a reason why you're not getting your results. And that's a good, like, it's a good thing that you know that, right? Question number 2, do you feel like you're a courageous person? Would you identify as a courageous person? And can you think of some examples in the past where you've had to do something that scared you in order to get the result that you wanted, right? And lots of people, when I coach them, they have a story about this, right? They're like, oh yeah, I had to do this, or I had to do that, or maybe it even involves school, like going up and speaking or saying something, or maybe going up and asking someone on a date, right? Like that you felt like it was uncomfortable because you were putting yourself out there, you were making yourself vulnerable. There was a chance that you could be shot down, right? Like, would you consider yourself someone who does that kind of thing? Or are you somebody who just decides you're not going to because you're scared? Let's fear take over, right? And so, in order for you to have the success you want, you have to be a courageous person and start identifying as that and being like, I am someone who could take a courageous step forward, right? I am someone who could do that for myself, right? And then the last thing that I wanted to share with you was, are you going to choose courage or comfort? Right? That's a choice you choose every day, right? So something courageous versus something comfortable. The comfortable thing is always going to be the easiest thing to pick, right? Our brains are designed for that. They are designed to keep us comfortable in survival in the same place. They are not designed to keep us courageous, which is then what leads to successful, right? They're great at keeping us alive. They're not good at keeping us successful. So the comfort thing is always going to be Netflix and cheese sticks or whatever you like to eat for a snack. It's always going to be Netflix and popcorn or whatever it is. That's always the default comfort zone, right? And the courageous one, the courageous step is going to be different and it's not going to be as comfortable, right? So it's like you got to decide and you got to create the desire within you to live a courageous life, not a comfortable one, right? Because the comfortable one doesn't grow you, it doesn't evolve you, it doesn't ultimately get you what you want. It just keeps you alive, right? And it keeps you surviving. But if you want to thrive, you will have to do some uncomfortable things. So if you want to join me, I have a 3-day series where I walk you through, I will give you lots of suggestions for uncomfortable things to do and uncomfortable things that will push you through to your comfort zone that will help you get to success. So like my client had just demonstrated, sending a vulnerable message to somebody that's very congruent and very specific, complimenting them on something you really admire about them, that is one thing you could do right now that might feel courageous for you if you're looking for a step right now. Otherwise, get on the list to get on my to sign up for my 3-day series where I take you through the step by step of how to land a 6-figure job. It's essentially the first module of my paid program, and I take you through that for free. So that could be the first thing you do as well. That could be an uncomfortable step for you, is signing up for that program and then actually attending it and walking through that with me, opening up your mind to give something new a try and following the steps and actually starting to believe that something could work for you and that you could create something new for yourself. So for everybody, the discomfort is going to be different. Like for one person, it might be totally comfortable to come attend a series, but then it might be really uncomfortable to actually get coached live by somebody, right? It might be really uncomfortable to get feedback from me as their coach, for example, right? And that's one thing that people do in my program. They'll raise their hand in the group and they'll get coaching, and that could be their courageous thing that they did, and that they feel so empowered after that, right? They're like, okay, I'm afraid to speak in public, but I use this as an opportunity to be courageous and speak in public, and now I'm going to be doing that more often. And it's like they break out of their own comfort zone, and that's a way to do it where they feel supported as well as feeling courageous. So whatever the item is going to be for you, it's like choosing courage versus comfort. That is one of the big deal breakers to success. It's the people who don't succeed, they choose the comfort over and over and over again. So ask yourself, what is your day going to be about today? Is it going to be about comfort, or is it going to be about courage? Get on that list, sign up for the training now, and I will see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you hate it, give me a thumbs down. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Tell me any insights, any ahas you got, and I will see you on the training or in the next video. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.